Alright, let's see. Okay. What rights do you have in this world? What rights do you got? What rights you got? Okay? We're gonna do it like that. What's up, cuz? Alright. Now, we was just talking about this in the car. If you say you ain't LGBTQ, LMNOP, QRX, TUZ, LMNOP community, then you ain't got really too much rights. You understand? Because I was listening to this elder. He was talking online, European guy. He was talking, making a whole lot of sense, right? And he was stating to the people that, you know, why would you fight for a man to be able to go inside the bathroom with your little girls? You know, what kind of adult would want that to happen? If you train your children to hold a body until marriage, why would you tell them to hold their body until they go in the bathroom to be with somebody that's of their own genome makeup? Do that make sense? Now, Sister Lavada, Mother Lavada, she was doing a message, giving them flowers, because when people speak a word that was given to them, you give them their flowers, right? So Sister Lavada was talking about how America gives you the illusion of inclusion. Also, Malcolm X was talking about that, and a lot of other people. I think Fred Hampton and a lot of people was talking about the illusion of inclusion, where with inside of your the things that people say you have a choice in, you really don't. The statue of the United States of America, if you chip away from off of that stuff they put on top of that statue, it'd be a copper statue, right? And it was given to America from France. So it was given to America to symbolize the freedom of the African tribe that was brought to the Americas, not just in North, not just in the South, not just in Alaska, but through the Americas and the islands, you know, American in the Isles. Because they had, I guess they said that they was going to let the slaves go. They was going to let them go free. They had them build up their economy, whatever it was. Somebody had a heart for humans, for mankind, and they say, you know what, we're going to release these people from this obligation of slavery because of the color of your skin. Now, America, instead of them saying, we're going to release the Negroes, Nero, Italian. We're going to release the Neros, and we're going to let them be free, you know. So in Europe, and that's why a lot of people wanted to go to Europe, so they was releasing the Neros in different areas, and they were saying it was abolishing slavery in different places, but yet and still they had peasant classes. So the Neros, you know, in America, once they released, they said the illusion of inclusion comes in right here, is when they started letting everybody else that come in from the outside bring all your downtrodden, bring all these different type of people and let them come in and have liberty and freedom. So if the Cushite wanted to come in, the Ethiopian wanted to come inside of America, if the African from Canaan wanted to come inside America, if different type of people want to come inside America, they'll get wealth. But the Neros, they were, you know, given a promise that was never kept. So there was a general that promised to the soldiers that once you get out of the military, we're gonna give you 40 acres and a mule. They got out of the military and they couldn't even get the FHA loans. They could not participate in a lot of things that the other soldiers were participating in, and they, you know, and then Black Wall Street was bombed and all these things. Now we get to the day, you know. Now, I wonder if a prisoner is going to pull this. Let's see how this fly. If a female that's straight say she's a male and she want to go inside of the prison side where the men's at, because she say she identifies as a male, and she can have all the men she want. Or if a male say, I identify as a female, so let me go inside of the female quarters and let me do it like that. But when you're in prison, you're held to such a close, like a cage, like an animal, like a slave, 13th Amendment slave. So you left in those close quarters for such a long time, or many a times for crimes that is not crimes. Many a times it's for you speaking what the words say. Many a times it's for you standing by what the words say. And you get thrown inside of these prisons, and you may have a wife, you may have children, you may have a fiance, and if you didn't comply with wickedness to agree with LGBT community or any other doctrine that they got out there, then you are left to you either gonna go to prison, or you're gonna be brought down in society by people destroying your name, destroying who you are as a person, to the point where if you went to go to try to apply for certain things that other people would go and try to apply for, you would not receive that because of who you are according to your genome makeup. So it has gone past the color of your skin. Now it has gone past what you believe in morally. So now your moral doctrine is, see, if we were so angry back then because we were put inside of captivity because of the color Negro, because of the color black, Negro, and in Latin, another way to say Negro is nigger. So that's nigger. That's Latin. That's ancient Latin. That's how you say Negro, or you may say Nigerian. So Africans from Ham was Nero. Africans from Sham was Nero. And also, if you think about it, Japhet was Nero. But they had a albino war back in the day. So people started, indulging in Blackio-Mento. So now you get, wherever you go, if you own everywhere you go, and if you are native to everywhere you go, then how come you have to war and take and steal and kill in order to get the things that is there if you are a native to that place? So now you had to have slaves to come inside of America to build up America. And people say you have to prove who you are in order to get reparations. So if I have to prove who I am, then we can look at it this way. Mother Debbie, Deborah, and her husband, Yahoo, they was giving a message the other day saying that if I want to prove who I am according to my flesh, then the only thing that I will have to do is just show my last name. I don't have my native name that our ancestors had when we was brought over here, but we have this new names that was given to us. They wasn't new because there was other men's name that they named the slaves, the captives, because of the World War, that is not counted as a world war, because during that time you was not seen as a human, you were seen as 3/5 of the human. So as animals are manipulated and controlled by man, because the Father had told man to take dominion over the earth, not to mistreat the earth. Because remember the time when Baal was he was smiting the donkey, and the donkey spoke back to him and say, "Stop hitting me." The donkey saved his life. Now the Father was getting ready to punish this man, not only because he was mistreating creation, but also because he was going to curse a tribe of people that was getting ready, their name was getting ready to be changed. Because remember, the dark races of people were under colonism, so that dark race of person had to go somewhere. And so the scripture strategically gives us understanding of where these dark races of people went. The scripture says in Davarim in Deuteronomy chapter 28 that they would go on slave ship. And if we would doubt there's also prophecies inside of Jeremiah, even Messiah himself spoke about the same thing, to let you know that these things must be fulfilled. As Messiah said, when Kepha wanted to take away, he said, listen, he said, you shall never die for me. And Hamashiach, he told him, he said, get thee behind me, Satan. He told the spirit that was manipulating Kepha, he said, Shimon Kepha, he was manipulating him, getting him to believe that, I got to fight for Mashiach in order for him not to die. But it was forespoken about that Mashiach would die on the tree. On the tree. Now, this is how we know, because look at your name. My middle name is an Italian name, an Italian name. And the New Testament, they say that the Pope of Rome had translated the scripture into Latin. So if a lot of your writings in the scripture was translated into Latin, translated from Latin, translated from Grecia, translated from Greek, Latin, and Hebrew. Now, was it Yiddish? Hebrew. But what manuscripts did they use? They told you. It was the ancient texts. So you have those symbols, symbols in Africa, in the villages. A tribe of people use symbols to speak. They use symbols to speak. And if you look inside of America, if you go to Savannah, Georgia, you'll see that on the pews there is Paleo Hebrew, cursive Hebrew. Now, this cursive Hebrew is older than the Yiddish, which is the modern time Hebrew, the Israeli Hebrew. Am I speaking this to be big-headed or biggity? No. No matter how biggity I may speak, I'm still in position of servitude, and so are you. There's peasant classes in Europe. There's peasant classes in Europe according to skin color, and there's peasant classes in Europe according to your servitude position as a person. And so a lot of people that was leaving out of Europe, the Europeans, they was looking to gain wealth. Now, they came to America digging gold and doing all these things, and their ancestors did the very thing that happened to them. They did it to another people that they seen as 3/5 of the human. So, with this LGBT community thing, it is another front against people. It is a front. Because, see, listen, the scriptures say if Yaoundé, which is on the, on the continent of Kamata, on the continent of Afrique, there is a place called Cameroon. And in Cameroon, there is a capital. And the capital is Yaoundé. But on the ancient maps, it still says Yaoundé. Then it says Kingdom of Judah, Awida. That's you. Because he had the slave ports. They had the name of where they was taking the slaves from. Ile, Efe, South Africa, Azania, Ezritz, East Africa, Sina, from the places where they was catching these soldiers and their wives, and they murdered the men, took the children, indoctrinated them with Christos, with Christianity, with Cretan beliefs, and stripped away the identity of these people, stripped away the unity of these people by indoctrination. Did this come because we were so righteous and holy and they just had to beat us down? No. See, the scripture says that we fell because of our own wickedness. If we tired of these things, then we have to return back to our law.
I ain't gonna be no tree. I ain't no tree.
Kemper Grant on the
Saying what?
A bit different from the crime watcher and the progress stopper. Selling your people for a couple of dollars. Tick-tock in the last time. Look at